20 years ago or so, this was actually a nice little house. Some of my family had lived here. It's been abandoned, vacant for, somewhere close to 10 years now, I'd say. The house, for all purposes, is condemned. We're using it for storage. It does still have electricity. There's no running water. There's gas hooked up to it, but I don't think I would use it. Let's go ahead and take a peek. Kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at. Check out this porch. Yeah. Rot, mold. You definitely don't want to hang out in here for very long. There's a giant hole in the wall there. This floor is actually sunken right in. We just placed this board over it for now. And the ceiling's being held up by this board. This porch would probably be one of the first things to pull off. And look what we have. What are we playing today?
Restaurant? No, we're
Restaurant.
playing Andrews. Yeah, it's a restaurant. Andrews is the restaurant that you made up when you were a kid. Or so said.
Imagination.
Yes.
You'll see behind them, of course, pieces of my layout. Those will be coming out of here in October. There's more over there. We're going to start tearing into that. This side of the house is a mobile home. You can see a pretty bad spot in the ceiling there and what was the kitchen. This was the living room, but when they put that room on over there, it became the dining room. This room does not leak, but you can see where it has. There's a double roof over it, and the peaked roof over the top is completely rotted out. Sliding door is nice. Heavy, but nice. So here's the layout that's going to be coming out. This ceiling definitely leaks. In fact, that's why this plastic is up here. And we have some water collected. And it hasn't been raining that much either, so as soon as we get a little bit of rain, it comes right in. Window was busted out by a pheasant. We found him down here on the floor last year, year before. You can still see a couple pieces of glass. So we don't really let the girls in this room because I don't want them to get hurt. All this will be coming out. This was my work table. Giant leak up here. Again, there is power, but that's about it. Giant leak up here. You can see the mold. This is why we don't hang out in here. You don't want to breathe that in. If we're in here for any extended amount of time for anything, the doors and the windows must be open. We should put up a sign, face mask required.
Yeah, I was wearing one.
Yeah, and this is mostly just storage.
The kitchen.
There's that bad leak. This whole wall, I'm almost afraid to do this, but you should see that. How that's shaking. I don't know how well it's coming out, but that whole wall is just see that rocking. I'm afraid of this wall, I'll be honest with you. And the whole thing is bowing out. So the plan is to get this house emptied out as quickly as possible over the next year and knock this sucker down. So this was one of the bedrooms. You can see how small it is. Typical 1960s, I believe this trailer is. Very small.
I thought it was 50.
This was the bathroom. The washer and dryer would go here. It would have to be a stacker. That's really dark. You can't see that. There's a utility room out here. And then here's the back bedroom, which again is just storage. This utility room was added on. Again, more storage. There's another peek outside. This is that entryway. This is that wall I was shaking. That's the utility room that took us to the basement. There's my brother. I think he's gonna daringly take a stroll to the basement. Yes, masks on, please. Old shed back here. That was another way to the basement. That collapsed years ago. This was the original front door to the house. We were over here one time in the basement and trying to clean out. This was several years ago after we got the property. And just heard some noise above our heads. I looked up and there's a raccoon up there above the tub. Like, really? Scared the crap out of us. So we chased him out. Alright, let's go take a peek at this basement. Walk out into the utility room. We do have a light here. I think the light downstairs is burned out. We're only going to be down here a second or so. This is pretty rough. Pretty spooky little basement. It only goes under the back portion of the trailer. Well, at least there's no water on the floor. There has been. It's just mostly garbage at this point that we'll have to throw in a dumpster. I don't know if that shelving over there is any good. I don't know if you can tell, but that wall, that sucker is leaning in. That's caving in. That's only a matter of time. There's a furnace down here which did work. That door back there was a secondary entrance. I think the first entryway before they built this stairwell I'm in now. That's all caved in on the outside. It is a cement floor, but I don't think I'd hang out down here for long. Just closing the windows here. Some of them do still open. I was noticing this wall too. Look at that. You can really see it here. Scary. You can see how they built a peaked roof over it. This roof here is completely rotted out. But being that this side is a trailer, there's the original trailer roof still under there. That's the only thing protecting this side from having it leak even worse than it has. The only leak on the trailer side that I know of right now is that big one in the kitchen. Now the living room side, this is the part they added on, that is the only roof. And like I said, it leaks like a sieve. The door is stiff, but it works.
I had to put my foot up here to open it.
There used to be a wood burning stove in this room. That's really why this plywood's up here. It's not to cover any leaks necessarily, it's to cover the hole from the chimney. But we've been burning off what we can. Eventually we're gonna have to get a dumpster in here. In between these sheds over here is all kinds of junk we've cleared off the property, out of the house, plus out of the sheds. The house sits on a beautiful property, so plans are to knock this sucker down and put a pole barn here. We can still use the power. There's a 50 amp hookup here for an RV. There's also a 20 amp outlet for whatever. Well, there's the introduction to House B. I'm sure there'll be more videos including it, and hopefully a video series in the future of the demolition of this house and whatever may take its place. I guess that'll be all for now. Well, thanks for watching.